Hey you guys, so definitely I showed you guys how to make a cake from scratch. Definitely if you really don't want to make a cake by scratch, go ahead into the store near you and use your favorite cake box that you like and make it and follow the instructions and clean it up, cut the blooming section off. Do not throw away the scraps because I'm going to show you what you guys can do it, or you can just eat it when you want to snack on something, and cut it in half and store it away. Now, when you're cutting a cake, I definitely want you to keep in mind that the cake, when it comes out the oven, it has the size of the cake pan. How I measure my cakes and get them perfectly even almost half of the time is I use my finger and I point where my line is on my finger, and wherever that point is, where that line meets, is where I touch my knife to my skin. And I'm not cutting myself, I'm just using the line as a guide to cut the cake in half. So the more you get comfortable with it, you can, but there are tools that can help you cut the cake perfectly every time. So now for our filling. Chocolate mousse. Chocolate mousse is definitely used in various ways. It could be used in a parfait, it could be used by itself, or it could be used in fillings, but it could be used so much more. So to make our chocolate mousse, everybody has their own variations of how to make chocolate mousse. I am going to show you guys the way that I first learned how to make chocolate mousse using some sugar cookery courses that I showed you guys in previous video to make that mousse. So the ingredients that we are going to definitely need is 10 egg yolks. Definitely keep the egg whites, and I'm going to show you guys what you can do with egg whites eventually. You definitely don't want to keep making meringue cookies all the time, so there's other things you can do. You just gotta know what you're using it for. Some water. I have about 2 tablespoons of water, and then I also have some water in the pot ready for me to simmer. I have 10 tablespoons of white sugar, 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. Then I have 2 whole eggs here, and then I have my milk, which is 3.5 of heavy cream, and then I have 3 cups of chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is take our heavy cream and we're going to whip it up to a soft peak. Like I showed you guys in previous videos, you can definitely do it by hand. It's just going to take a little bit longer, but this time I am going to use a hand blender to start the process and then finish it off with my whisk. Okay, so once your whipped cream is at the soft peak, you basically can tell that it's at soft peak by drawing a figure 8 with your whisk, and then we're going to go ahead and put our soft peak heavy cream into the fridge. Next, we're going to take our chocolate and we're going to melt it over a simmering heat with water. Make sure that the water is definitely not touching the bowl because chocolate and water does not mix. Okay, this is what your chocolate should look like. Okay, in the same pot, you're going to empty out the water and use the water that is you measured out, like 2 to 3 tablespoons in here. The last thing will be our corn syrup. We're not going to stir, we're basically just creating the same technique that we usually do when we are making our sugar. So we're just going to let this cook up to 240 degrees Fahrenheit to a softball stage. And to avoid crystallization, we're going to use our pastry brush and clean the sides of the pot with water. In a bowl, you are definitely going to take your egg yolks and your whole eggs and whisk it up. Once your sugar comes up to 240 degrees Fahrenheit, you're going to put this on a low speed and add in your sugar syrup while whisking on a low speed. Okay, so you see that it has tripled in volume. Basically, once I add the softball stage sugar in there, I need both hands to do that. So once you add all the sugar in, you definitely want to kick up your speed on your blender for a high speed for at least 5 to 8 minutes, depending on what you're using. I use a hand blender, so I got 5 minutes here. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our chocolate. So here I'm just putting like a little bit, probably about 2 tablespoons. And I'm just mixing it. Once your chocolate and egg mixture is completely mixed in with all the rest of the chocolate, after this stage, you definitely want to go ahead and pull out your whipped cream. Okay, so once your chocolate is fully blended, what we're gonna do is take some soft peak cream, and we're not gonna put all of it, we're just gonna do it in thirds. And we're gonna just gently fold it in. When you add in your first set of heavy cream, you want to see no streaks of the heavy cream in there. Keep doing that until all your whipped cream is fully incorporated. So once your whipped cream is fully added, you definitely want to go ahead and put it in a nice storable container with some plastic wrap and let it set in the fridge. Remember our mousse that we definitely made and we had it sit in the fridge? We let it rest, and this is our final result of what a chocolate mousse would look like. It's nice and scoopable. You can literally do so many things with mousse. You can scoop it, you can make mousse cups by itself, you can make other desserts with mousse cup, but I wanted to show you guys a full spoonful of what chocolate mousse looks like. It's super rich, chocolatey. Who doesn't love chocolate? So I hope you guys like this episode. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Peace.